Hi guys, VTech here, Blueberry Hill. So here we go. We got the door installer guys here. They're going to be putting in the sliders, 4 of them, 3 6x8 and 1 8x8, and then helping me out with the last window for the living room. In any case, these guys are from Windows and Door Solutions from San Antonio. Pedro, the guy in the pink, he's the main guy, and then he's got 3 other helpers. We were super pumped to have him here. This is going to help us finish out the framing once they get the doors in. We couldn't do the ceilings in any of the rooms that had the sliders in there since they were I didn't want to make the ceilings in their way because they're a ½ inch higher than the actual 8-foot ceiling height. So it's 8.5. Go figure. Anyway, here they are. They're putting up the hard one first, which is the one on the in the game room. I like the way how he thinks. We talked about it. He likes to do the hard stuff first and then the easy stuff later. So good for him and good for me, I guess. Anyway, here's a real-time shot of them putting the first one in. The rest will be time-lapsed in. I didn't do much interview kind of style talking. I'm just gonna narrate as we go through the whole process. Pretty much normal door install. He made sure everything was level. He put the an MP sealant on the concrete, and then he sets the door in place, and then he plumbs it and make sure everything's level. And then they have these big wood to steel screws. They obviously done this before, so good for that. I'm sure they mostly see they do commercial as well as residential work, so it was good to know that. But anyway, they banged it out pretty quick. This one was the hardest in the fact that they had to bring it upstairs, and that's the only main reason it was a harder one. After that, things just flew. So here you see the real time lapse. So here they're doing the apartment door next, and you'll see some very fast time-lapse video clips from the GoPro. That's because I forgot to change the setting back from a 10-second frame to a ½ second frame, which you'll see in the short future. But anyway, you'll see stuff happening extremely fast and time-lapse compared to the prior videos, and that was all my fault because of a camera setting. So live and learn, whatever. Anyway, here you see them doing the second door. It went fairly smooth. They didn't have to grind the concrete at all or anything like that. Just set it in place, and it went very smoothly on this one. So the process is always the same. They level it out. He had a ladder. This door is about 6 or 7 feet off the ground. He was outside making sure the recess, the door sticking out of the wall was proper. Here you see a super fast time lapse of our master bedroom, and then we flip over very quickly to the big door. The big door was a bit of a challenge because, unbeknownst to me, the concrete actually had a little bump in it right there, so that you're going to see him doing a lot of grinding. I should have checked that. I didn't have a level that long, but he did, and it didn't seem like it affected him much. He just went ahead and started grinding away. In a second, you're going to see me come up with a big fan because the grinding dust from the concrete is not very good for you. You should wear a mask when you're doing this kind of stuff, or just blow it away from you. But they had a little DeWalt blower which wasn't doing it. So anyway, helped them out. They're checking the level with a very long level, and once they were happy, they started working on the door. So here's the door in the garage. They actually broke out the nailing flanges. For some reason or other, I asked for no nail flanges on any of the doors, but the 8x8 came with it. The other 3, they broke them off at the factory, so no big deal. They just break them off here. They kind of use a vice grip kind of thing. Just snap them off, and they come off no problem. Because we're not using them. We're screwing directly into the frame to the metal frame of the containers that was welded in there last week. So the door is 8x8. It's just under 8 feet wide. The entry door to the house that you see on the right, they're going to manhandle this thing through there, and they're going to have to cock it over diagonally through the door, the entry way. It's just enough to get through there. So if they made it, I was very happy that the measurements came out because I totally forgot about getting the door into the house. Go figure. So here's, they know what they're doing, so they made it look pretty easy. I have to admit, I don't think if we would have tackled the job on our own, we would have been in like a door a day, and they did it all doors within like four hours, and then helped me out with the window. You'll see that in a little bit. But anyway, it took a little bit of muscle to get them in there. These doors are definitely heavy. They didn't take the doors out when they were moving them. They had several guys moving it, but they're around the 500-pound range with the doors, both doors in there. So here you see them setting it, and everything went pretty smooth. So here they're just doing the rest of the work. They're trying to make sure it's level and plumb, and making sure it's recessed properly into the container. This container is one of the worst we have because it has a huge bow right where they're putting the door. I don't know if I probably mentioned that in the other videos when I was putting the windows in, but this one was kind of hard to deal with. I had to tweak the frame, the container walls rather, to the frame of the window and the doors to make sure it was legit. And now on to our last window. It was fantastic having these guys help. Those suction cups make a world of difference. Anyway, Pedro was fantastic. We just lifted it up. It's not like super heavy, it's just not light. And we were up there hauling it up there, pretty easy. And then those two guys set it in place while I got the drill ready and was going to secure the window in place, and off we went. Fantastic work. I was very happy to pay them for everything they did. Fantastic. You know, it's interesting. We're trying to do a DIY, but there's times when DIY doesn't really help you out. So having help and hire the right guys seems to be a good trick as well, right? So we're not done with that yet. We're going to hire some other folks out to help us out with other things, and you'll see that in the next upcoming videos. Anyway, we're getting close to the end of the video here. We secured the window in, and then I come back and screw it in, and I don't think I show you that, but I foam it and do the normal stuff. I did all the other windows. So, and Pedro was pretty cool. He actually commented on us doing pretty good on the build, so I was very happy to hear that. He does ram windows and stuff, and all kinds of installs. He did mention that he was surprised that Ram let us actually install these windows ourselves, but you know, we didn't ask, so we just did it. So there you go. And last but not least, I didn't videotape this, but they went around and foam filled all the voids between the frame and the door. I still actually have to fill the seam seal the frames to the containers. Anyway, fantastic. We'll catch you next video.